All right, so we're here with Coach Mark Kirk from Susquenita Blackhawks, talking today about their upcoming game with Line Mountain. So, Coach, just a little bit of a rough first game for you guys first week. I mean, just talk about what you guys have tried to do to kind of bounce back from that and work on in practice.
Yeah, Schuylkill Valley is an excellent, District 3 football, AA football team. When you really think about it, the last, Wyomissing was state champion 2 years ago. They've had quite a few different schools in the last couple of years that have won District 3 titles. So it's hard facing 6'4", 315, 6'3", 275, 6'4", 250. I mean, we don't match up real well against that. So but I'm real proud of our kids because we played hard for about a half, and then we really got worn down in the second half. But a famous coach once said that, the most improvement you ever make in a year, is from the first week to the second week. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be a heck of a lot better this Friday than we were last Friday.
You guys are obviously going through a lot of transition going to Tri-Valley. You're stepping in as coach now. I mean, what's that been like for you and for the team just with, this kind of year that you already have?
Well, the first thing I caution the kids, because we're coming from MidPenn to the Tri-Valley is, it's really not that much of a step down, if it at all, in terms of football. So Line Mountain's got a great tradition, starting, I think, with Mike Carson back in the early 90s. And most of their coaches have been people that were in that system. So when you asked me just a couple minutes ago, has it changed? Watch a film, it looks exactly like 1995. So, they run a pretty complex veer offense. They're always real quick on defense. So, we'll have our hands full. But, kids being home has really helped us. We're not taking that long bus ride, and kids are excited about playing. We got to get healthy. Right now we're not real healthy, but I think by tomorrow we will be.
You've obviously been around, the country coaching,
Yeah.
And so what's it like? How excited are you to be back in, a familiar conference?
Well, when I heard about the opening of Susquenita and then, they were moving to the Tri-Valley League, I pretty much jumped on that because my wife Rob and I really wanted to get back, to the area. So, that was great. I mean, administration's really supportive. It's been a really good transition.
You've talked a little bit about how it's a different step for you guys, but how do you think this team stacks up against the Tri-Valley itself?
Like I said, we're trying to get these kids to understand that the football is really good, and the towns where the high schools come from are real supportive. If we can get healthy and remain healthy, I think we'll be one of the top teams in the league. But we got to get healthy, and right now we're not. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow is going to be, it's going to be a fourth quarter game. I think it's going to get down to the fourth quarter, and we kind of pride ourselves in conditioning here. So we're hoping, that we can so-called break the will of the Eagles and win in the fourth quarter.
Is there anything else, other than like the size of the conference and the level of competition that it separates the Tri-Valley from what the MidPenn is?
Well, I just think you're talking about Tri-Valley. Most of the schools are single A, so you're going to have fewer players, and with fewer players, you're going to have fewer athletes. Whereas when we played in MidPenn, most of the schools that we played were AA, AAA, so therefore you're going to have more kids, and you're going to have more of a chance to have better athletes. But in the Tri-Valley, there's always 3 or 4 kids on each team, that can break a game open or have a huge effect on the defensive flow of the game. So, and Line Mountain's no different. They have their nose guard's a really, really good player. They have some inside people that are really good. We're a little leery about tomorrow because we saw them play 3 quarterbacks. We've heard that maybe 2 of them are out, 1 of them are out. One of them, is hurt. So, but they always have, because that system has been around since the early 90s, they plug those kids into that system. So whether it's number 8 or I don't know how many different quarterbacks we saw on film, but 8, 7, 2, 4, I mean, they all look the same. They're kind of mirror images of each other.
how do you go about coaching your kids to go up against a tried and true system like that that's been around for so long that the kids are it's second nature to that team to learn that system?
Yeah, well, the great advantage we have is that Wes Perry, who we scrimmage, our second scrimmage, runs a system that's very, very similar to Line Mountain. So that's given us, some insight. And then, me being at Halifax for 5 years and playing Line Mountain, nothing's really changed too much. It's pretty much the same system. So that, hopefully defensively, I think we'll be all right.
How do you feel you guys then match up overall against this team? I mean, because again, this is first game in this conference.
Well, we're going to see. I think our linemen match up pretty well. And as everybody says, you got to control the line of scrimmage. And if we can control the line of scrimmage tomorrow, then I think we have a really, really good shot at winning the game. But that's a big if, because whether you're in the NFL or playing youth football, if you can control the line of scrimmage, you're going to win the game.